Barstool Big Cat, host of Pardon My Take, and voluminous tweeter at Barstool Big Cat. It's time for his weekly conversation with Waddle and Silvy on ESPN 1000.
That's right. Here he is again in our State Street studio on a beautiful day. Barstool Big Cat, brought to you by Stella Blue Coffee. Get yours at stellabluecoffee.com, and a portion of the proceeds goes to Paws Chicago. How do you like the sweatshirt? Hold on. Wait.
There you go. That was my fault.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Peggy, do you have dogs?
I do.
Yeah. Sylvie hates dogs.
It's not true.
Yeah, he does. I hate that sweatshirt. I know you wore that sweatshirt to troll me. I don't even understand why you wore that sweatshirt. He's wearing a Duke sweatshirt for everyone who's in their car right now.
Yeah.
Duke, Sylvie. I saw your guy yesterday.
Did you see John?
No, Phil Pawski, your number one guy.
Yeah. Where did he? Where
He
where'd
came
you
and
see
worked
him?
out at our office.
Did you make up with him?
No, I said to him, I was like, I'm so happy that you're walking. Like, I thought for a second there that you'd never walk again. He's like, it was a tough time for me. So, but yeah, all those guys, a bunch of the guys that are the NBA Combines next week. So they came and worked out in our gym.
So they're already in town?
They've been in town for a while.
Wow.
A bunch of the guys, like, moved to Chicago for a month. I think Edie's been here for a while. They moved to Chicago for
Really?
like a
They
month.
do that?
Yeah, to train, to get ready for the Combine.
Did you see Edie's first pitch, by the way?
No.
Yeah, I did. It was not great. I saw him outside of Wrigley on Monday night. I was going to the game, and I squashed some beef with him. That was good.
Oh, good.
He did confirm, because we were trying to get him to come by, and he was like, you guys have just talked so much junk about me. And I was like, that's fair. You're right. I have. I've said a lot of things. So it was good.
So what's your approach on that? Like, I like that you admit that.
Yeah,
when you ask them to come on, do you say that up front, or do you wait for them to see if they've heard that?
No, I always just assume if someone comes on and at least they've been prepped, but also if we've talked a bunch of junk about them, they will admit it, and then they'll look good. Because they're like, okay, like we're not going to be bad guys about it. So, and then they end up winning because we end up looking foolish.
You look foolish. They look like the bigger guy.
They look like they can take it,
Yeah.
and then we move on. So yeah, it's a win-win. So I was surprised he still isn't going to come on, but we'll see.
He's kind of a serious guy, though, isn't he?
A little bit, yeah. I definitely got that vibe a little bit. I mean, it's got to be so weird to be that tall.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. I have a nephew who is 6'7".
Does he play basketball?
No.
Oh no.
He's a golfer.
That's the worst. If you're tall, if you're a
And
really
then
tall
everyone
guy,
just asks you
everyone's like, "Where'd you
all
play
the
ball?"
time
Yeah.
about, must be nice. Oh, how's the weather up there? Oh,
Yeah.
do you play basketball?
That joke
All
is
that.
still going around.
I don't know.
Yeah, but-
Maybe that's only my dad that.
I mean, it stinks for him, but the flip side is like it's way better than being short.
That's true.
Yeah.
I could.
Yeah, right.
Like
Sylvie
Kevin
knows.
Hart
I
short.
could confirm.
You
Kevin
really
Hart short.
realize how short he was
I know.
on the roast.
Yeah.
Every time he hugged someone after they were.
next to Nikki Glazer, you
Oh,
can really tell.
Yeah.
My gosh.
Yeah.
I didn't realize he was really that short.
That was a good roast.
Yeah, I was going to ask
awesome.
you.
I
And remind
told
me
you.
to circle back to basketball because I
Yeah,
have
yeah.
the question that's going
Yeah.
around. But so what did you guys think?
Well, I told you when I came in last week, I was like, if they make karate instructor jokes, that means that there's no limits. And Kevin Hart did it within the first 90 seconds. I feel like the only things that were off limits were Brady's kids, which I totally understand, and then Robert Kraft, which that I don't understand. If you're talking about a roast and you're talking about like what you can do in comedy, the one thing, people debate comedy these days ad nauseum, but the one thing that you should always be able to do is punch up. And a super rich billionaire sports owner is the definition of punching up.
Yes.
Like, why can't he get made fun of?
Well, there were a couple of things that you could make fun of him on, like him dying.
Massages?
You could. Massage. So Robert Kraft massage jokes were off.
Which is
They
crazy
were
to me.
off? Is that
Yeah,
true?
yeah.
Brady went up and said
Right,
to
we
him,
saw that he
"Stop
said
doing
over
that."
there
And you
said
never,
not
you never
again.
heard one again.
And that makes no
And
sense
they
to me.
repeated these jokes over and over.
Yeah.
Like, and then the other thing that I believe was off the table was like him being a backstabber because.
Who, Robert Kraft?
Right, like
Yeah. Which he is as well.
Right, because wouldn't you have gotten more jokes about him backstabbing Belichick?
Yeah, I mean, Belichick, you could feel the tension. Belichick didn't want anything to do with that toast they did.
Right.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's the
Right.
thing. Like
Yeah.
Belichick took so much grief in that for being unemployed and not hireable.
God, yeah.
And for
then
being
Kraft
grumpy.
you can't make a massage joke with Kraft?
Right.
That's crazy.
And Belichick took it, which I loved. And I thought, like, if there were winners and losers, like I think Drew Bledsoe is a huge winner. The way he
Yes.
leans into being that guy, and
that was
he's
probably
great about it.
cathartic for him too.
Yeah. Yeah.
'Cause, I mean, he probably just wakes up every day being like, man, that really happened to me.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Was he holding his pinky glass up?
I think he might have been.
on
He's a wine
purpose?
guy, yeah.
Was he doing it on
He's got a
purpose, though?
winery,
Just
so I
to
think so.
kind of like,
Yeah.
To say I'm
for the whole image.
Yeah.
But-
and the losers were, I mean, Ben Affleck was atrocious.
what happened there?
don't know.
He had a facelift.
Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean-
or the Botox is just off the chart.
that
It's a
is not
facelift.
taken from someone.
Okay, really?
That is not
The
just
full
Botox
lift?
and fillers. That was a full lift. At first, I thought it was an eye job, and then I literally had to stop the TV and look at it again. That was a full lift.
I'm so bad at telling that stuff.
That's a full
Oh,
lift.
really? Like,
Oh, my God.
Yes.
see, I turned to my
Fake
wife.
breasts, I'm like, oh, those are real. I have no idea.
Why did you look at
wanna
Sylvie
believe.
when you said that?
I mean, listen.
These are real,
Close
Big
them
Cat.
up, yeah.
These are definitely
Same with
real.
me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm so bad at telling. You could tell me anyone has done any work or no work, and I'm like,
Oh,
okay,
no.
makes sense.
That's a full lift.
See, I said to my wife right away, Peggy, I don't understand this. I knew, and I said this to the guys too, I knew Ben Affleck had something.
Yeah.
And I'm usually bad at that stuff. Why do guys or anybody or get women or men get it when it's so obvious?
Right.
Because doesn't that defeat the purpose?
No, they don't care. They're doing it because he's doing it because he needs to keep getting the roles in Hollywood, and he's got Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah,
I mean,
and-
hello.
So he doesn't care what you and I think?
No.
Well, I also
No.
think that once you start the road of like the extreme plastic surgery, you have to keep doing it.
You do.
You know what I mean? So you
To
just
keep
keep
up.
adding to it, and then you just look like a mutant.
As your skin starts to sag,
Yeah.
it naturally will just start to sag.
Yeah,
That's
you
why
told me.
you have to keep doing it.
It's crazy.
And it's very addicting too. It's like
Oh, I'm
getting
sure.
a tattoo.
Yeah,
it's
you look,
addicting.
yeah, you look brand new.
Oh, you first start with Botox, and then you go to fillers, and then you're like, oh, maybe I'll get my eyes done.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll go for the
My
neck.
wife wants
oh,
me
yeah.
to get Botox.
Where?
In
Where
my
do you
forehead.
need it? Like,
Let's
you're
see. Lift your
fine.
head up.
You don't need
Oh,
it.
you only have a
Big
few.
deal.
I don't
You're
know.
the-
I mean, I
Sylvie's
said
got a
no.
lot.
I clearly
like-
said no.
And I said that to the guys. I'm like, how would it help me? This is how I look right now.
Right.
Big deal. So those go away. This is
Right. I
what
mean, I
age
tell her all
is.
the time.
Like,
I mean, I'm overweight. I could use Botox. I still get laid.
that's
I
pretty
tell
good.
her to her. Yeah. She's
Yeah.
like, you're right. So we're good. What do you want me to say?
That's awesome. How many times a week?
I'm not
Oh,
doing that.
God. Oh, God. Yeah, that will get you in trouble. That will get you in trouble.
I've never seen you
doing
get
that.
uncomfortable.
No, I mean, I'm not. Listen, I'm not doing that because I know that like there's
no win.
She'll like every now and then I'll like have like she'll be like, oh, my friend was listening. It's like, oh.
Yeah, that's I get that a
I
lot.
try to play the game of like every time I'm on camera, which is essentially every day for hours and hours, I just pretend that no one's listening because that's the only way I can live.
Right.
If I start getting in my own head about who
Right.
could be I'm screwed.
Except when it's the wife.
Yeah. Well, I say things all the time, and then I just realize afterwards, I'm like, oh yeah, I did say that.
Do you
Whoops.
guys have limits? Like, please don't go here, don't go there. Has it ever come up?
No, I mean, I just embarrass myself, so it doesn't really matter.
He is super self-deprecating.
Yeah.
That's what I
Yeah.
love about him.
Thank you.
But by the way, I text you guys. Or so last
Oh,
week.
I forgot
Peggy,
to respond to that text.
He is like all I do.
dang.
Whenever I run into somebody,
I did forget to respond to that text.
I run into wherever I go, Peggy.
That is the
and
bone. That's a
people-
fair bone.
I get numerous questions about being in this field. One of the questions that I get the most is, what is Big Cat
Okay.
like?
All right.
What is Big Cat
I have
like?
an
Yeah.
excuse.
And
I have an
I
excuse.
say, and I rave about this guy, and I go, I met Big Cat years and years ago in the basement of 50/50.
Okay, I have an
And
excuse. I have an excuse.
and hold on, let me finish the story. And he was this guy who was just wanting to get in the business. He was in real estate. He was a part-time blogger. And he's like, hey, they call me Big Cat. I'm working for this new company called Barstool. I'm a big fan. Can I drop you off some shirts? And he came and he double parked his car at Ditka's and he ran us up some shirts. I think it was the
Dick
Yabo
stole
shirt.
a bunch of shirts from
Yeah,
me too.
yeah, and
No,
it was
he literally
all-
took a box. And he was like, "All right, we'll sell these in the store." I was like, "That wasn't what that was for."
Oh, wow.
But yeah, keep going.
And so and he was like wide-eyed, and I'm like, and Carmen and I both met him that day. And that was when a few people knew him, not many. Now he is probably as well known as any athlete in this town.
Yeah.
Bigger than any of us times 5. But yet he has never changed. And if you text him,
I appreciate that.
and if you text him, he responds like this.
Most of the time.
I did just respond.
Yeah.
Just now.
I just responded saying,
And then
"I'm in."
last week on the air, I said, hey, let's all go to a Cubs game. Waddle,
Yep.
me,
PFT.
you, PFT. Let's get together. I
Yeah.
know you only have 2 seats, so I reach out to my Cubs guy, and we get a hookup for games. We have to reach out and find a date that works. I reach out to Waddle. I reach out to Big Cat.
Yeah.
Waddle, who sometimes doesn't respond, responds right away. This date works great for me.
Yeah.
This dude ghosts me.
Okay, so you're right. I have responded Monday. I'm in. I have an excuse, and here's my excuse. It's not a good excuse. It's a bad excuse, but it's still an excuse. You texted me in the middle of
Sex.
we did. You texted me at 11 a.m. on a Tuesday. We were in the middle of back-to-back interviews, and so I saw it pop up on my computer because I was sitting at my desk doing the interview, and I mentally made a note of it, and then just the note went away.
Who were
That's the
you
excuse.
interviewing?
At that moment, we were interviewing Vern Lundquist.
Oh,
wow.
nice.
Yeah. So we were interviewing Vern Lundquist, and we had our friend Kirk Goldsberry come by, and then I went from doing those 2 interviews straight into our live YouTube show. So that's my fault. I admit I didn't respond, but I at least have an excuse. I was in the middle of an interview.
Vern's a good excuse.
Yeah, I had like a 2.5 hour stretch yesterday where I literally wasn't on my phone because I was doing all that stuff.
Okay.
But now I have
And the old
responded.
bear is oblivious to what has just happened.
He is the best. I have responded. I'm in. We'll go to a game.
Okay.
I'm in, I think.
he doesn't know.
I think.
Here's the other thing, Peggy. This guy wants to plan things like a month and a half in advance. I might not even be alive. What are we talking
But
about?
don't you have to put it on the calendar
Yes.
with
I
a busy
understand,
schedule?
but I'm not
Yes.
a
Have
calendar
it on the
guy.
calendar.
I'm
Yes.
not a plan like months and months in advance.
It's for
what
next
are you doing
month.
this? Right, but something could pop up. I don't know. I'm in, but I don't like planning stuff this early. It bothers me.
Okay. Well, I mean, we have to get tickets. We have to.
I understand. It just bothers me. But early plans bother me. 'Cause then
Okay,
I just
all
like
right, now I
thinking
know.
about it in the back of my head, like, oh man, I did say I was going to do that, and it's just going to eat me away. So yeah. All right, I'm in.
What
I'm in.
about this topic that was going around? I think it started, maybe it was McAfee's show. I'm not sure. Austin
Yeah,
Rivers.
yeah.
This is the Austin Rivers thing that he volunteered. And I saw KFC weigh in on this too online, and he took the opposite approach.
Yeah.
Peggy, I don't think you were at the meeting yet when
I
this.
heard- yeah, I heard you
were?
talk about this, yep.
All right, so
Dumbest debate ever. It really,
It is bad.
the only thing I'm mad about, it's not the dumbest debate because we debate far dumber things. I'm mad that they did this debate. This is a July-August debate.
this is like Mount Rushmore time.
Yeah, this is not something when we're in the middle of the NBA playoffs we should be talking about.
Okay.
We need this as a filler. So I wish we could have pressed pause and been like, come back to us in the middle of July.
All right,
But
we
keep
could
going.
speed through this then.
No. We could do it now. It's now.
Do you want to set this up then?
Yeah, I mean, Austin Rivers said that there's 30 guys in the NBA right now who could play in the NFL, and there's none that could play in the NBA from the NFL. Now, I think he's wrong in the fact that I don't think there's 30 guys in the NBA who could play in the NFL right now. I think there's maybe a couple, but I do agree with him that I don't think anyone in the NFL could go and make an NBA roster. And this debate it's tough because everyone changes the parameters. I just for my parameters, I'm saying a guy, give him a month, 2 months, let's say tops, to train and get ready. I don't think anyone in the NFL could play in the NBA. I don't.
What about all those tight ends? All those tight ends that were
so people
basketball
will
players.
throw it out. They'll be like, "Oh, Antonio Gates, who's a
Yeah.
Hall of Fame tight end."
Yeah.
Antonio Gates was played at Kent State. He was a good basketball player at Kent State. He was so far away from making it to the NBA.
Yeah.
Julius Peppers averaged 7 points a game at UNC. Now you could say, "Oh, what if he specialized?" Sure, but like these are guys who went on for Hall of Fame careers in the NFL, and they made it. They had a moment where they're like, "Okay, my future is this way, not that way," and I honestly think if Antonio Gates or Julius Peppers were sitting there and they're like, you're a legit NBA player, they probably would have taken that path. It's more money. It's
Oh, yeah.
guaranteed money. It's less wear and tear on your body. So I think the problem is that a lot of people see the NBA and they're like, it's soft, flopping, all that stuff. I have a hard and fast rule that from our perspective, sitting here, non-professional athletes, there is not a single person who plays a professional sport who is soft by the measure of what we say soft is.
Yeah.
They could be soft comparative to their peers. There could be a soft player in the NBA compared to another guy in the NBA. But to get to the professional level of sports, you are not a soft human being.
Of course.
What it takes to get there is insane. So, and I just think that the people they don't realize how skilled the NBA has become. The height factor, like you'd eliminate half the NFL right now just based off height.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like some of these guys, like a guard in the NBA is 6'3". That's Myles Garrett is 6'4". Like, well, how is Myles Garrett going to play against a guy who's 6 inches taller than him? So, I don't know. I think it's great debate in the fact that people will never agree, so you can just debate forever.
I think I agree with you.
Yeah.
I think I'm on your. What do you think, Peggy?
Yeah, I mean, I'm totally with Big Cat. When people try to say, oh, I could play that sport, or he could play that sport, or that guy could easily play baseball, and that guy, I think that they're underestimating the skill level that professional athletes really have.
Right.
And I think that always drives me crazy. It's like, they're the best at what they do.
Right.
Period.
And the other thing with the NBA, and I think it's maybe, if you don't watch basketball at a high level, if you haven't been as lucky as the three of us where we've been able to be up close and personal to basketball players, you watch a basketball player in like an open gym setting, they literally do not miss. They do not miss. Like we think like Ben Simmons is a perfect example. Ben Simmons can't shoot. How many times in the last like 5 summers have we watched Ben Simmons in an open gym just hit every shot?
Every shot.
That's the skill level we're dealing with, where it's not like, oh, they're okay shooting. No, every single NBA player is an insane shooter by every other standard. So yeah, I think it's such a level right now, this game. The argument you could make is maybe 90s basketball. Like you could maybe throw Myles Garrett.
More physical.
And you also had
physical.
Yes.
You had physical, and you also had guys. You could put guys out on the floor that couldn't shoot.
Right.
You know what I mean? Dennis
And
Rodman
defend,
would like
Exactly.
like Dennis Rodman. I think he would obviously still be valuable in today's NBA, but it would look a lot different because now you have teams playing, especially at this level of the playoffs, where every guy on the floor can shoot, and if they can't, that's a big disadvantage for them.
Yeah. All right, so I'll give you the choice then on topic. You want to hit the NBA right now? Schedule release, Cubs. What's on your mind most?
Okay, I want to talk real quick about the story that I feel like not enough people are talking about, and I don't know if you guys saw this. So Josh Hart, who plays for the Knicks, who went to Villanova. Knicks are obviously having an incredible postseason. Josh Hart hurt his wrist on April 7th. Something clicked in his wrist. He told Jalen Brunson right after, I felt something click. I feel like I can shoot threes now. Since April 7th, he has shot 44% from three. He's a 34% three-point shooter career. It's literally rookie of the year happening.
Yes, this is the all of a sudden it's making the noise as he goes back to pitch.
It's insane. I don't know why it's not talking. Like he has been 44% from three for a 34% three. Maybe it's just a small sample size anomaly, whatever. But he said, I think I can shoot threes now. And he's been shooting threes all playoffs.
I love it.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
So is there going to be a time where all of a sudden now it goes dead?
I feel like he's got to be living in just perpetual fear that it's going to click back. And he's going to lose that, right?
It's crazy.
Have you guys been watching the NBA playoffs? I mean, it's been so much fun because it's just all these young teams that are kind of emerging, the Wolves and the Thunder. It's so much fun to watch these teams.
I was very excited to see game 2 between Denver and Minnesota, and then it just was a dud of a game. So I tuned out. I've enjoyed watching the Knicks.
Yep. The Knicks have been fun.
I love Jalen Brunson.
Yep.
I love watching Jalen Brunson play basketball. I root for Tibbs.
Yep.
So I'm in on the Knicks.
Yeah, the Knicks are fun. The Nuggets are. I mean, they won the championship last year. It was an incredible run. They absolutely pasted everyone. They weren't tested in any of those series. So now it's like, what do you got? Down 0-2. going back to Minnesota, I just think Minnesota's just too tough defensively. It was a clinic what they did on Monday night.
Would you put a future play on?
I did on the
Denver.
Wolves.
Oh no, I
on
was
the
going to
Wolves.
say
no.
Right now
I
in
think Denver's
Denver,
cooked.
because you don't.
I think they're cooked.
So you do. You don't think there's any way they can rally
I mean,
back?
of course, there's a
down
way,
0-2?
but I think like taking out injuries, I think they're in a lot of trouble. Yeah, I do. So, are you guys excited for the schedule release? I love this. I love the schedule release.
Yes.
The release of the date of the schedule release. That's the first
Right,
sign that
right.
football's coming back.
That is.
Schefter tells us when the schedule release is coming.
It's the best. It's like, oh, okay, here we go. Oh, we get to look at. I put it on my calendar. I physically put every game for the Bears on my calendar. So that I know, and then I put it on. If it's a weekend thing, I'm like, okay, I want to make sure. If it's not a Sunday game, I put it during the whole week so that I see Bears are playing on Thursday this week. It's gonna be great.
Okay, so I got a question for you guys. This is gonna kind of ruin a surprise, but I'm willing to say it because I haven't done it yet, and I want your opinion. Okay, I was. You know how all the teams do schedule release videos?
Or are you in it?
Oh,
Hold on.
come on!
Hold on. I was asked to be in one. In a certain team schedule release video.
It better be the Bears.
It was not. The Bears have not asked me.
Oh no!
Who could it be? So
Who do you think it is?
The Chargers.
No.
The Vegas.
No.
Not the Packers.
It is the Packers.
Get out of here.
All right, so I haven't made the video yet. I agreed tentatively. The idea in the video, I think I'm comfortable with. You guys can tell me.
You're like the Bears guy.
And I'm also I'm saying that I hate them. Like I'm
Okay,
allowed
yeah,
to
then
say
that's
like I
okay.
hate you guys.
That's good then.
So it's not like me being like, oh, and the Packers are playing the Bears.
But they may do something goofy with that.
Well, I'm making the video, so I submit the video, so I can submit whatever I want.
Yeah, but you know how they
You
could
don't think
edit
I
it.
should?
No, you should. But they may make it weird for you. I don't know. What do you
Well,
think?
you're
but if
saying
they
that they're
edit
gonna
it-
use
if they
their
edit
own,
it- if they edit it, I'll just release the original. And be like,
Okay,
this is what
but-
I sent. And then
You know,
look stupid.
They could AI it.
No.
Are they giving you a copy of it
What do you mean?
to use, like after they shoot
No,
it?
I'm not gonna support them after that. I'm doing the video. I'm thinking about doing the video and just being like, I hate them.
So did they ask you to record the video
And
on
send
your
it to
own
them,
and then
yeah,
send it to them?
yeah.
So you will have your
Yes, I
own
will.
version.
Are
Yes,
they
I'll have
paying
it.
you to do this?
No. Oh, I mean, that would be weird.
Are you? I
guess I
like
could
this.
ask.
I actually really
Yeah,
like
I
this.
think I'm okay with it. What do you guys think?
I don't know. Those all that stockholder money, they can put that towards a good little AI
But I have
software.
the original.
You
I'll
do
have
have
the
the
original.
original. That is
Yeah.
a good kind of backup.
Problem
plan
is-
to
I've
have.
wrestled with it. I've been wrestling
Yeah,
with
this
it.
is interesting.
Yeah.
There's a dilemma.
It is. I think I can make it funny and it will I'll be okay how I come out because like I said I'm just gonna be like I hate you guys like
What if
and I'll
the
probably
Bears-
swear and bleep out some stuff.
What if the Bears are listening down? They're like, we don't want you to do it. We
Great.
want you to be in our video.
No problem.
I hope someone like
They
Dan
have
Borelli,
24 hours.
someone with the Bears. I hope
Right.
you're listening.
I'm giving you 24 hours. Those are my demands.
Call the show.
Yeah.
You guys know how to reach us.
You
Ryan
cannot
Pauls, you got my
let
number.
Big Cat
You got my
be
number.
on a
But
Packers
again,
video.
it's also I'm
Get
doing it
him
in
in.
a way
Yes.
that I'm not. I
Yes.
would never do it. And
Yes.
my immediate reaction when they asked me was like, absolutely not. And then I was like, well, tell me the idea. And then I was like, all right, I'm kind of okay with it. I'm gonna do it my way. And I'm basically just gonna be like, I hate you guys so much, and probably throw out some
Like I'm
mean
telling you,
things.
they're gonna edit you, and then
No,
like
you can't. I have the
but
original.
they're gonna edit him where they like cut him in half.
No,
I'm gonna
no,
do
I don't
it.
think so.
Blood's gonna pour out of him or
No.
something.
No.
They're gonna do something weird. I'm telling you.
like burn him up after he says it. It's
yes,
like
yes.
Well, the one thing is, it is the Packers
They don't have
social media team.
technology,
That's
yeah.
the thing. If it was
Yeah.
the Chargers, I'd be like, no chance. I don't
Right.
trust them.
Hollywood there. Yeah.
Right. No, they don't have it. They won't be able to. They don't work computers.
Was it the release of the schedule last year when it was all about everything was scripted, the seasons were scripted, and they did all those skits? Justin Fields and all
They
those.
did the bear.
Yeah.
They did the bear one.
Oh, that
No,
was
they did the writers' room.
the writers' room. That was it.
That was the
it.
Jaguars one.
Was it?
No, the writers' room thing.
Was the
I know you guys
NFL thing.
That was just an
That
NFL
was the NFL
promotion.
one.
Yeah,
Right.
And then the Jaguars
was the NFL
leaned into their schedule release as it being like all scripted.
I
Yeah,
mean,
now-
that's getting awesome.
They stole that idea from my co-host PFT.
Right,
They just completely stole it from him.
Really?
Yeah, where he says everything is scripted.
Yeah, he like went through he did a whole bit with Arian Foster, who works at Barstool. They have a podcast together, and they were like, so when would you get the script? And Arian like answered it all deadpan, like, so we'd get it like training camp.
Oh, that's awesome.
And they just stole it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, the Bears did the Bear. Remember
Yes,
where
I remember
Justin
that,
was
yes.
in the
Oh, that's right. They
Mr.
were
Beef.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
So really quick then, before you go, Peggy, I probably won't see you when the schedule gets released next Wednesday. And by the time you get here next Wednesday or we talk to you, there will be leaks.
There will be a lot of leaks.
okay.
I don't like the leaks.
You like to get it unveiled?
I like to get it unveiled.
All right, so let's make your predictions. I need the game. How many games will be on national TV and who will the Bears open with?
Okay.
Do you need a refresher of who they're playing?
I don't think we'll open on national TV.
You don't.
I do not.
I think
you don't.
I think they will.
No, I don't. I think we'll have 5 national televised games.
Like prime time?
That feels right. Yeah, like maybe one Thursday, 2 Sundays, and 2 Mondays. Sounds about right.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Maybe 2 Thursdays. Can you get 2 Thursdays?
Yes, they've had 2 Thursdays the last
that's
few
right.
years.
So maybe
Washington and Carolina
2
last year.
Thursdays, a Sunday, and 2 Mondays.
That's
feels
what I
right.
said.
Yeah, 5.
All
I
right.
hate the nationally televised games so much.
Remember how much they fell in love with Justin last year?
Yeah.
And we had a lot. How many games did we have last year, primetime?
They either
Four?
had,
Decent
I
amount.
think they had 4.
4.
We had the
They had
Vikings
Chargers-
Monday night,
I mean-
Chargers
Chargers,
Sunday night,
right?
And then the 2 Thursdays.
2 Thursday.
4.
That's
So
a
you might need
lot.
You're
more?
getting 5.
And now
I think
they
you're
have
getting
Caleb
5.
Williams.
Yeah.
I think
And they're
5.
better.
5 is an easy.
Yeah,
is
5 or
an
6.
easy go. I think it could be 6 even.
I hate the
Is there a
nationally
is there a
televised
cap though at 5?
I don't know. There shouldn't be a cap because, like I've always said, like just put Mahomes Sunday night every single
Right.
week.
Right.
That'd be who would complain?
All right. And then who are they going to open against?
But there's been someone tweeted me and my prediction was Houston.
CJ
That's
Stroud,
on
year 2.
national TV.
They're at Houston, so that would be an away game.
Yes, but someone said to me that there's a rumor out there that Houston could be the opponent for the Chiefs.
Oh yeah, that makes
to
sense.
open up on Thursday night.
So you don't get to change your.
No, I don't. I've got to pick that. That's my pick.
Run me through the
Here.
All right, so
obviously besides the division.
it's
I'm going with Carolina. I think they're going to open against.
ooh, what a dud of a game.
Yeah, but look at the last 2 number 1 quarterbacks.
Right.
I think that's an easy angle.
So the home games,
that would
Big
be
Cat,
at- that would be
besides
at
the
home.
division, are the Rams, the Seahawks, Jaguars is probably going to be London.
Yeah.
Titans, Panthers, Patriots. So you can get
I think we're gonna open with Minnesota.
You do.
Yeah.
Not on national.
Not
TV.
on that regular afternoon game.
And then the away games are the Cardinals, the 49ers. So one of the 2 guys in there said the 49ers on national TV at the opener.
I could see that.
The Texans, the Colts, and the Commanders. One of our listeners suggested that possibly the last 2 Heisman Trophy winners
Yeah.
open against each other with Caleb and Jaden going up against each other, and they're the first and second picks. And remember, it's Caleb Williams' hometown.
I don't think they would do that nationally televised though,
But
right?
maybe the opener not
Yeah.
nationally televised.
Because,
just the
yeah,
opener.
It's his hometown, but it's not the team he grew up.
No,
A fan of.
No, he didn't. He grew up rooting for
That's
the
overblown.
for the Aaron Rodgers, but still, that it's the last 2 Heisman Trophy winners,
That
Yeah,
feels
I
like
like
later in the
that.
season.
Yeah.
I'm excited. There's nothing better when the football schedule comes out. This is right around the time where I just start being like, ooh, I can't wait for football.
You're going to London, right?
No. Heck no.
What? Why?
Not in a million
he's got
trillion
too many
years.
things he does here.
I don't go to any games. And I'm definitely not going to London.
Wow.
Why would I go to London?
Because it's awesome.
And then you can't watch the rest of the game.
I know that is hard.
That's all I care about.
Yeah.
Listen, I want to
You're
watch
right.
the Bears games,
You're right.
but I want to and have to watch every other game. That's why I
Right.
don't go to games.
And
Yeah.
every other game is on the rest of the weekend after the Bears game.
Correct. And we sit in our gambling cave in the office, and we have 7 TVs, and we have every game on. So that's sacred.
All right.
You only get 17 of those.
Big Cat, good to
18.
see.
No, 17.
18 weeks.
18 weeks. Thank you.
Are you worried at all
I
about
thought all day today was Thursday, so I'm a little off.
it? Does feel like
It
Thursday.
feels like maybe it's the weather. It feels like Thursday.
By the way, are you worried at all about Cubs bullpen or Cubs hitting?
Oh yeah,
Both?
yeah. Why wouldn't I be? Their bullpen stinks, and they're hitting. I heard you talking before. Ian Happ has not been playing well, and yeah, I mean, I think they're obviously the injury, like Bellinger coming back, Suzuki coming back. Those are big, but yeah, there's definitely it especially because it feels like this is a team with their starting pitching that could be a deep run playoff team. But it's like, this is why I kind of wish we had spent a little more money.
Yeah, they got to fix that.
Maybe it would have not been nice to get a big bat. I don't know. Maybe we'll get a trade. Pete Alonso.
Well, they don't need a first baseman, do they? Or I guess they could use a DH, but
Yeah, just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
I don't really like Pete Alonso.
you don't?
He cares too much about the home run derby. I like my guys caring about home runs in real games. All right. See you guys. Thank you.
Barstool Big Cat. Don't forget, coverage of the week surrounding the NFL schedule release is brought to you by Hard Rock Casino, Northern Indiana. If you want to weigh in, should Big Cat do the Packers schedule release, even though he's ripping the Packers? You want to talk Cubs? They lost today 3-0. The walk-off yesterday was really good. You want to talk NFL? Are they getting too greedy with the streaming service? We have not discussed that at all. There was a rumor floated out that they could be looking at another new streaming service. 312-332-3776. Peggy's in for Waddle. It's Waddle and Silvy.